and welcome to the Financial Bunny TV. My name is Nicolette Mashile. I'm also known as your Financial Bunny. Yes, if you have not noticed, at this moment, we are, of course, in New York City for the Gates Foundation Goalkeepers event. It's been a ball of everything amazing, just meeting amazing people. But let me tell you, there's none other more amazing but the lady I'm sitting right next to. Her name is Blessing Omakwu, and she heads up Goalkeepers. Yes, she heads up all of those people that are doing remarkable work at getting closer to those 17 sustainable goals. Blessing, thank you for making time.
Nicolette, I'm so glad you're here. By the way, you're so good at this.
Oh,
you are so good at this. And like I told you in passing, I've known your work for a long time. I've known your work since I began working in this space, which, you know, NGO workers, you don't make a ton all the time. And so I was watching the Financial Bunny. And so it's such a good thing to have you here, rather. And I'm so glad to have you here, especially because you're so aligned with the work and our message this year on women's economic power. You really represent that. And I've been saying to you for a while, or when we met, that African women especially, we really need that message. We really need to learn about money. Many of us didn't grow up with parents who knew about money in that way. Like, we didn't have generational wealth handed down to us, learning about things like stocks and how to buy a house and how to buy. It's so important. So thank you for the work that you do. It really matters.
You know, what's quite interesting is the fact that we're having a conversation before I came here in South Africa with a gentleman who trades gold and coins. And he kept going about black people don't want to be part of this. You know, I'm like, but they don't know.
We actually don't know. We don't have the same things handed to us that others have had who have generational wealth.
Absolutely. I mean, with other kids, on their birthdays, they're getting a golden coin, or they're getting a portfolio.
Exactly. Like, I feel like for many of us, our parents were the ones who broke a cycle of poverty. So that's one phase. And then the next phase is, okay, can we imagine wealth? Like, we don't talk about wealth for black women. We talk about getting out of poverty.
So we haven't even defined
we say, okay, well, let's get out of poverty. And that's often the goal. Even when we talk in this space about African women in the global development space, we say we want women to come out of poverty. But what about for them to be wealthy?
When do they start building?
When can African women be wealthy? Can black women around the world be wealthy? Like, we don't talk about that enough, as wealth as a goal. And not a shameful goal, a goal that matters.
Here's my thing, though. If you know Blessing and you get to know some of her work, and I'm hoping that you guys can go and find just Blessing Omakwu. You will find all of the work. You'll find the story. You'll find the timeline. Now, for me, I mean, I've been here 3 days so far, and all you hear is Blessing got us in here. And that's tangible. Because often we speak about, let's be in the rooms. Let's be in the rooms, you know. It's not about, it's just about, but you actually blew the door open. Thank you. That is amazing.
It was one of the main things I came here to do. So I first came to Goalkeepers as a goalkeeper myself in 2018 in this very space. And then in South Africa, actually, I was brought in to help curate the community session for Goalkeepers. So I spent a month in Joburg, joined the board after that, and then began to do some consulting work with the foundation. And I was at this point where I could keep consulting and maybe even get a grant with the foundation, or I could come work in the foundation. And I chose to come work in the foundation because I said, if I can come here, I have the power to actually open doors for others, and I wouldn't have that power if I was outside. And so that's been my goal from day one, from the people who are our staff, to the people who are our vendors, the people who speak on our stage, to the kinds of food that we have here, even because when I first came here, we had, I had to do South African so that you know. But we had, like, we didn't have carbs. We didn't have carbs.
Was it just greens?
It was greens and ice sculptures and pretty, you know. But I was like, no, we need jollof rice. Yeah, we need jollof rice, we need meat.
I love that.
We need, like, big portions, you know. So we actually have a DI consultant for food who thinks about people who are coming from India, from different countries.
And meshes them together.
And and thinks about the culture. So for me, that diversity when it comes to food, when it comes to speakers, when it comes to talent, when it comes to performers, but also the experts, that we must see black people not just as people who have creative talent, or people who are receiving, and we must see Africa not just as a place where problems exist, but as a place where innovation and solutions exist. And today we've seen so many brilliant experts who are changing the narrative. Yesterday as well on the award show, and that's the goal, is to see us as what we are, what we've always known we are, but the world sometimes doesn't recognize or realize.
I absolutely love that. I mean, from just the speakers to, and that was the thing for me, it was we are putting black excellence literally on display. And it doesn't, you know, often we talk about when we use the word put on, it's not really put on a black person. We worry about compromise, quality, compromise.
It's a lie. No, but things are better.
Listen, I sat here and I was like,
things are better. We see the beauty of diversity here. When you have people in the room, you see what the beauty is in every way. We've brought a new level of excellence to Goalkeepers by making it more diverse.
So where to from here? Where do you take Goalkeepers with what the standard you've now set?
We have to imagine. The theme is imagine. So I need to go back and imagine. I need to go back and imagine. But I'm really, really proud of the community that we're building. So when people come to Goalkeepers, it's not just about coming to this event. It's about when you leave here, what are the connections that you're making and how do we engage you in community? So we have local meetups after September in our different countries, in Europe, Paris, Germany, Nigeria, South Africa, the US. We have different people who engage, our regional colleagues who engage people. So for me, the goal is go back now and connect and partner. Go back and take what you've heard and use, like I just heard about someone who's made a connection and they're going to like merge what they do together and do a project. That's for me is the goal, is like go out and act and use what you've heard to act. Like we've given you the inspiration and the ideas. Go out and act. So that's really what this is all about for me.
So when I take away Goalkeepers, I take away the title, I strip everything. Who is Blessing?
I love that question. Blessing is a feminist. I'm deeply, deeply feminist. I believe in gender equality, and that goes back to my growing up in Nigeria and some of the experiences my mother went through as a woman pastor and as a widow. Blessing is a deeply faith-based person. I value my faith a lot. Blessing is a pop culture junkie.
Love it.
I love the Real Housewives. I love TikTok. I love the shows.
Amazing.
And Blessing loves style.
Of course.
Loves style.
Of course.
That's who Blessing is.
I love that.
Pieces of it. I'm a sister, I'm a friend.
What's the one money lesson that you wish you had known throughout? Like it's just stuck up with you.
I wish I had known much sooner that just putting money in a savings account is not the goal. So in fact, Sally, who is one of our speakers, I met her actually here. There was an event. It was a Time 100 event. And I said to her, can we meet? I just want to learn more about money. And she said, So we had a coffee and I said, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And she said, today, not tomorrow, you need to begin to invest. She said that you keep money in your savings account and it's actually depreciating. So that's what I wish I had known sooner, is it's not about saving, because I thought I'm supposed to just be saving money in my savings account. It's actually about investing. And I'm still learning. Honestly, there's so much I have to learn about money and how to manage money. So it's a journey for me.
I like that. I can definitely tell that you're from the school of Sally, because I was telling her, I interviewed her earlier on, and I said to her, I literally sat on Hey Al all of those years ago before I started my channel to really understand how do you speak to women about their money and help them maneuver and manage their money.
And in an intelligent way, because so much of media is about, oh, save money and don't buy coffee, don't buy the shoes. And it's like, this is not what it's about. This is exactly, no. Can we talk about actually the zeros, the real zeros, not, oh, don't buy this pair of shoes and don't buy a coffee. And she speaks in a way that is very intelligent. I think you do the same thing too. And you make it very accessible for African audiences, which matters. So thank you so much for the work you do.
Thank you so much. Amazing. Guys, it is Blessing Omakwu. She heads up Goalkeepers at the Gates Foundation. Absolutely phenomenal. And I love the one thing that she said, I am a feminist to the core. That is beautiful. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next one.